amigos? Can I get an amen? Now, how about a hallelujah? Oh, yeah, we're back, baby. Back for another edition. Let's lift off.
9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4. Come on, it's show with no name time.
2, 1.
Let's
0.
rock.
Ignition.
Come on, come on, come on,
Lift
come
off.
on.
Lift off.
Get up there.
After the hour.
Get up. Get ready. There it is.
Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt.
I was grunting to grunt. When you lift a heavy box, no sé cómo se dice en español. Grunt. All right, folks, on board. Here we go. I hope you're ready. Tons of exciting English up ahead.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Show with no name. Welcome back, show with no namers. Wow. It's great to say that. After 2 weeks almost? No, not 2 weeks. I would say, yeah, after a week. Hey, felt like longer. Well, I missed you guys. I hope you had an awesome Easter. I hope you were surrounded by your loved ones, friends, family, and all of the above. But it's great to be back. I hope you agree it's great to be back, working on enriching ourselves, enriching our English, and hanging out with our amigos. What a great team we've got over here. I'm talking about you, show with no namers. Yeah, obviously the Vaughn Radio team as well, but you're a part of that team. Don't you get it? So thank you. Thank you for learning and laughing with all of us. I know I speak on behalf of Rob Grams, Jimena Holiday, Andrea Vaughn, Chris Frank, Dave Boyce, Richard Vaughn, Jules Linares, Ruby, Fitz, and all of us at Vaughn Radio. Thank you. Thank you for learning and laughing with us all day, every day. You can learn English with our Vaughn Radio app on the go. You can be on the subway. I mean, you can make a tedious task a little bit less tedious. And isn't that what we're all looking for, to keep ourselves entertained as we go?
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, grupovaughn.com. You can find out about our masters. You can find out about our summer camps, which are right around the corner, whether they're residential, where you go and stay overnight, or whether the ones that are the day camps, where we call them urban camps, but another way to call them in English is a day camp, where you just spend part of the day and then you go home and you sleep at your own house. Well, whatever you're looking for, even if you're looking for online courses, books, materials, we've got you covered at the Vaughn Tienda. In fact, we're going to take a look at something from the Vaughn Tienda right now in today's Pop Quiz. Get up. I can't hear you. Pop quiz, quiz, quiz. Get up, get up. Pop quiz. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Can you feel it, folks? English is exciting. English is fun. Let's go. Here on Vaughn Radio. Come on. Pop quiz. Sing it. Let's warm up those vocal cords. Pop quiz, 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 quiz. Me too, hey? All of us. Pop quiz, quiz. Pop quiz. All right, our pop quiz. Today we're going to be taking a look at something from our translation booklet. It is probably one of the most thorough materials, concienzudos, completos, that we have. It's got every structure that you're going to use in the English language, and it fits in your pocket. It's our translation booklet. Now, this used to be 8, really, because you had translation booklet 1, A, and B. It used to be 8 different booklets, and now it's all in one with audio. So we're going to be taking a look at that today. I mean, if you don't have that, even if you don't have my books, fine. I don't care. The translation booklets, I mean, that is, how can we say it? La pieza clave del método Vaughan. So, I mean, knowing you guys too, I know you'll make the most of it. As I always tell you, one translation is not just one translation. Not if you're doing it by the book, a pie de la letra, pues voy a traducir esta frase y solo esta frase. Muy bien. But we're creative beings. We want to go further, más allá. So what do? We take an affirmative sentence. I eat spaghetti every day. Let's make it a negative. I don't eat bread every day. Same thing, I know. But see? Question. Now you want to ask me, do you eat bread every day? No, I don't eat bread every day. And if you want to go even one step further, you can also turn it into an indirect question. So, do you know if he eats bread every day? Do you know? Or could you tell me if he eats bread every day? So you're taking a translation list with 50 translations and you're multiplying it by 4. You're getting 200 translations. And this way, you're not just, memorizing translations. You're memorizing structures inside and out, back and forth. And where do you practice these structures? Well, you are in luck, amigos, because we've got a Vaughn Radio Trivia Night right around the corner, hosted by my buddy Kyle Miller. Mark your calendars for May 6th. May 6th, and it's going to be at the Toast Tap Room, hosted by Kyle Miller. And I'll be hosting June 3rd. So you've got two awesome events to come practice your English. Even if you don't live in Madrid, you've got plenty of time to plan. I know it's tough on a Tuesday. I get it. Believe me. But if you can make it May 6th or June 3rd or both, if you live in Madrid, well, then you've got trivia hosted by Kyle and hosted by yours truly, un servidor. So many exciting things. The best way to make sure you're in the loop, al tanto, is following us on social media. If you follow us on social media, you'll know about special deals, you'll know about upcoming events and new things, new initiatives, because we've got a lot of new things happening as well. It's even hard for me. I get a newsletter, an employee newsletter, and it's even hard for me to keep up with all the new things happening in the Vaughn world. All right, amigos, well, this is coming from your translation booklet. As I said, if you don't have anything from the Vaughn Tienda, and listen, I've got 5 books. Forget about my books and get this, because it's really, really useful. And I'll go as far as saying it's worth its weight in gold. No sé si decís lo mismo en español. Vale su peso en oro. It's worth its weight in gold. All right, folks, listen up, because afterwards I'll have a couple challenges to throw your way.
Translation List 4.
Les conocí hace mucho tiempo.
I met them a long time ago.
Le recogí en el aeropuerto.
I picked him up at the airport.
Me acosté, pero no pude dormirme.
I went to bed, but I couldn't get to sleep.
Me desperté, pero no me levanté.
I woke up, but I didn't get up.
Tendremos que despertarla.
We'll have to wake her up.
¿Para qué?
What for?
Mételos en las cajas cuadradas.
Put them in the square boxes, or put them into the square boxes.
No los saques.
Don't take them out.
No los saques de las cajas.
Don't take them out of the boxes.
No sirve para nada. Tíralo.
It's useless. Throw it away.
No me hace falta.
I don't need it.
No me gusta tirar las cosas.
I don't like to throw things away.
Entonces lo tiraré yo.
Then I'll throw it away.
¿Se puede? Para entrar.
May I?
Ingresé en la empresa hace 10 años.
I joined the company 10 years ago.
Ingresé en el ejército porque no pude encontrar otro trabajo.
I joined the army because I couldn't find another job.
Agradezco tu esfuerzo.
I appreciate your effort.
Encantado de conocerla, a usted.
Pleased to meet you.
¿Te importa que fume?
Do you mind if I smoke?
No me importa en absoluto.
I don't mind at all.
Da igual.
It doesn't matter.
¿Por qué no te haces socio del club?
Why don't you join the club?
Me gustaría, pero no puedo.
I'd like to, but I can't.
¿Qué quieres ser cuando seas mayor?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Quiero entrar en la marina.
I want to join the Navy.
Translation List 7.
¿Con quién tienes que hablar?
Who do you have to talk to?
Me dijeron que tenía que venir aquí.
They told me I had to come here.
No fue culpa mía.
Wasn't my fault.
Nadie sabía qué iba a ocurrir.
Nobody knew it was going to happen.
¿Quieres decir que fue una sorpresa?
Do you mean it was a surprise?
No lo considero importante.
I don't consider it important.
Hay cosas más importantes en la vida.
There are more important things in life.
¿Le consideras un amigo?
Do you consider him a friend?
¿Qué más puedo hacer?
What else can I do?
Hago todo lo que puedo.
I do everything I can.
Eso no es suficiente.
That's not enough.
Nadie quería discutir con él.
Nobody wanted to argue with him.
Fue el hombre más difícil que he conocido nunca.
He was the most difficult man I've ever met.
Fueron los primeros en hacerlo.
They were the first ones to do it.
Perdí el control del coche.
I lost control of the car.
Vendimos todo lo que produjimos.
We sold everything we produced.
Ya no vendemos nada.
We don't sell anything anymore.
La llevé a ver a mi tía.
I took her to see my aunt.
Llovía cuando nos fuimos.
It was raining when we left.
El coche no arrancó.
The car didn't start.
Cogimos un taxi.
We caught a cab, or we caught a taxi.
El conductor del taxi era una mujer.
The taxi driver was a woman.
¿Era educada?
Was she polite?
La mayoría de los taxistas son educados.
Most taxi drivers are polite.
Dudo que eso sea verdad.
I doubt that's true.
¿Conoces Weekend Town? La nueva iniciativa de Vaughan.
Pues no.
Es un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés. Y es nuevísimo.
A ver, cuéntame más.
Tendrás una inmersión lingüística total durante 2 días. Un total de 24 horas hablando con angloparlantes de todo el mundo.
¡Wow! ¡Qué interesante!
Ganarás confianza y soltura a la hora de comunicarte en inglés. Mejorarás tu comprensión auditiva y tus habilidades conversacionales en una situación de comunicación real en inglés. Ven a Weekend Town y te sorprenderás con todo lo que puede avanzar tu inglés en un fin de semana. Weekend Town de Vaughan. Un fin de semana de inmersión en inglés.
That's right, Weekend Town, Vaughn Town, so many amazing initiatives. All you've got to do is follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, we're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. Wherever you are, we're there teaching you English, even on YouTube. So make sure you are following Grupo Vaughn. You'll be content with the content. Ha ha. All right. Bad joke. You'll be content with the content. All right. Well, let's see what we've got lined up for you in today's pop quiz. Well, first, let me give you the question of the week. This is your weekly speaking exercise where I expect you guys to put on your best English shoes, if you will, so to speak, como quien dice, and comment on a different topic every week. And sometimes they're lighthearted, frivolo. Sometimes they're more serious, where you have to do some soul searching. And sometimes they're questions that are posed by other students. And this week's question, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you the question, and let's see if you guys can guess who sent this question in. ¿Quién lo entregó? Give me this week. Remember, keep it at a minute. If you go over a minute, I'm gonna leave yours till the end. And if there's no time, it'll be the first one that's cut. Okay. Just because, let me give you an example. Last time we did the show, the last Friday we had the show, 9 people participated. Now, there's a big difference between 9 minutes and 18 minutes, correct? Okay, 18 minutes, it takes up almost a whole section of the show. But, and the idea too, as I always say, part of the exercise is being succinct, being concise, learning how to say a lot with very few words, right? Not overdoing it. So tell me this week 3 movies that left you smiling, or that left you with a smile. Another way we can say this is name your top 3 feel-good movies. Okay? Yeah, they call it a feel-good movie. You know, some movies, when you watch them, you get sick to your stomach because they're supposed to be, you know, like horror films, thrillers, things like that, you know, especially gory ones, they gore, right? But some movies, you walk out of it feeling great. You walk out of it feeling like you're on cloud 9, like you can do anything. The world is your oyster. El mundo es tuyo, te la comes. All right? Te lo comes, el mundo, right? So, 3 movies that left you with that grin, that smile on your face, with a very good feeling. Now, as I said, this was sent in by one of your fellow students. And if you know her well, then you'll know this question is right up her alley. And it's up my alley, too, as a movie buff. I'm somebody who loves movies. The current ones, not as much. I find myself more and more watching classic movies, you know. Hey, I don't mind. Most of the time, I'm watching Paddington, or I'm watching, you know, the Mario. Now my daughter's on a SpongeBob trip. I love SpongeBob, believe me, a lot better than Peppa Pig. But, whew, man. And then, you know, if I'm going to go to the movies, I'm sick. No offense to Marvel Universe and all the Star Wars stuff. I love all that stuff. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. So when I think of movies nowadays and my great memories with movies, I think of Yesteryear. You know this one? ¿Te suena? Yesteryear. Antaño. That's right. So I'm sure you can imagine who sent us that question. If you'd like to participate, tell us your top 3 feel-good movies. Okay, como os dije, puedes usar feel-good ahí como adjetivo. Muchas veces lo oyes en el trailer, ¿no? When they're promoting the movie, they're like, the feel-good movie of the summer, ¿no? La que te va a dejar, como suena. Feeling good. Dun, 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 dun. So, the top 3 for you. For maybe we'll have some that coincide, and we'll say, hey, wait, that's the same one he or she said, because some movies are just awesome. They'll brighten anybody's day. But hey, we'll also get, you won't just be able to practice your English in this section, but we'll also get some movie recommendations. So send me a 1-minute voice message, record it on your phone. You can send it to my email. It's Alonso, no dots, no underscore, just Alonso at grupovon.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. It's really nice to hear from all of you. It's a great opportunity for you as well to practice your speaking as often as possible, right? That's the idea. If you can practice once a week, hey, that's good. The idea is to practice speaking aloud every day. That's why I'm always urging you to I'm always urging you guys to do it throughout the show, especially when we look at something that can be a little bit tricky as far as pronunciation is concerned. So your question of the week, 3 feel-good movies. And don't go into one line about each one. This Awakenings, Despertares, because it's a story about love and hope. It's up to you. I'm just throwing one up in the air there. Despertares. Hey, that's a great one. There are sad moments, but you feel good after. So, hey, well, that'll be interesting too. Sometimes it's not always like The Wizard of Oz, El Mago de Oz, where, it takes you to like a fantasy world, or what are these, Harry Potter, or any of these Lord of the Rings. Well, we're going to get some interesting answers in our question of the week. So thanks to, you guessed it, Chris Valrol. Thanks to Chris Valrol for sending that one in. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. All right, let's take a look at today's pop quiz questions. As always, I'm going to give you 3 challenges. The first one, and this one's pretty specific. Some of them I'll give you carte blanche. No, we looked at that. Carte blanche, it's a French one. How do you say it in Spanish? Vía libre. Puedes hacer lo que te dé la gana con algunos. But the first one is pretty specific, and it's for a reason. All right? Ingresé en el bufete de abogados hace 2 años y medio. Ingresé en el bufete de abogados hace 2 años y medio. All right? Pretty specific. Again, there's a method to my madness. There's a reason why I've made it so specific in this first one, okay? Ingresé en el bufete de abogados hace 2 años y medio. The second one, no me eches la culpa a mí. No fue culpa mía. Another one, pretty specific, but I want to see if you know how to express these ideas in English. So the second one is, no me eches la culpa a mí. No fue culpa mía. All right, that is the second one in today's pop quiz. And the third one, I want you to use the word tarifa. They were talking about the taxi cab, catching a cab. So tarifa, but it doesn't only have to be for a taxi. It can be a bus, a subway, a taxi. What else? Yeah, tarifa, precio, pasaje, billete. I guess it's a good word to know if you are a traveler, or if you're going to be doing any traveling. I imagine some of you traveled during the Easter holiday. We had a staycation. That's right. We didn't go anywhere. Well, I'm lying. We have a season pass, un un bono parques, a season pass, un pase anual, we say, to Parque Atracciones Madrid, Parque Warner, the zoo. So we did a lot of local stuff, but I love that word, a staycation. Those are always nice too, because even though you're doing laundry most days, well, it's relaxing, especially when everybody leaves Madrid. You're like, oh, wow. It's like Madrid in August. I got that kind of vibe during this Easter week. But it's great to be back here with all my amigos, having fun, playing, laughing, learning English. And man, we've got a lot of stuff coming up ahead. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2. Wow. It's really nice to be back with all of you, playing, learning, laughing, and celebrating life and our friendship. And now spring is in the air, folks. La primavera. Gotta love that. Is there anything like that spring smell? I mean, that's why there are a lot of air fresheners, ambientadores, that try and copy that smell of pine, of flowers growing, of petrichor. Well, in Madrid, it's been raining for the last 2 months. Petrichor is tierra mojada, ese olor, no? I love it. Spring is in the air. And you know what spring means too? Barbecue season. Oh yeah, baby. I've already got 2 barbecues planned. And a few more that I've got to plan as well. I wish I had a big house, because then I would invite you all over for a barbecue. But the I wish is ojalá, right? I wish I had a big house, because I'd have a barbecue with all our show with no namers. All right, well, folks, let's kick off the second part of the show with the Say What soundbite. Yeah, say what? What? All right, amigos, it's our Say What soundbite here on the show with no name. This is where we hear a famous person, a voice that many native speakers might recognize. In fact, a lot of times when I do the Say What soundbite, like I think to myself, I know Rob, since he's listening to the radio, he's not like listening actively. He's doing a million things, but he's listening in the background just to make sure it's running and everything. A lot of times I think to myself, oh, Rob's going to know this one. Rob, or any native speaker, anybody who grew up with our movies, our TV shows, our celebrities, you know? So we'll see. We'll see how you guys do. We'll see how you fare. Yeah, that's another way of saying how you do. Fare. Does that word sound familiar? Well, if you're doing today's pop quiz, that's the third word. Ooh, that could be a nice double trouble. And it's also a homophone for feria, right? How did you fare, F-A-R-E, at the fair? F-A-I-R. Oh, we're playing with words already. You know we're word nerds here on the show with no name. All right, so let's give everybody the Say What soundbite. Is everybody ready? Here it is for the first time. Jot down as much as you can, and I'd like a little synopsis of what you heard in your own words. Here we go.
No problemo. What are you kidding me? You're a good-looking guy. You're smart. You're charming. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. Hey, you do whatever it takes to win her heart.
All right, there you go, folks. Very, very unique, not unique, but very distinct accent there. As I'm curious to see if you guys can pinpoint where this person is from today. As always, too, I want you to tell me, in a nutshell, en resumidas cuentas, what you heard. All right, let me give it to you a second time, and then we can discuss it. I see we've got a lot of students participating in our virtual classroom, which is awesome. Thanks for joining us. It's great to have you on board. All right, round two.
No problemo. What are you kidding me? You're a good-looking guy. You're smart. You're charming. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. Hey, you do whatever it takes to win her heart.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace. Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit.
That's right, folks. Don't forget to stop by Von Tienda, vontienda.com if you want to do some shopping online. Also, if you are in Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Vigo, Valladolid, Valencia, Santander, or Zaragoza, Well, you can always stop by in person. You can even get a free consultation, a free level test, maybe not that moment. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll say, okay, you want to do a level test, and we'll set up an appointment, usually by phone, sometimes video. I guess it depends on what it's for, but the hardest and the one I always recommend is by phone. Yeah, this way you don't see my gestures, you don't see my facial expressions. You're going on pure comprehension, right? You don't have any extra clues, pistas, extras. All right, let's see who's with us. I see we've got a lot of show with no namers here in the house. Great to see you. Great to read your names here. And I hope you had a happy Easter. As I said, I wish you guys a wonderful spring. Spring is a time of new beginnings. Things are in bloom. And we even have an expression in English which means spring cleaning. And spring cleaning is when you go to your garage, you go to your storage unit. How do you say that in Spanish? Si tienes un trastero. And you gotta do una limpieza en general, más en profundidad, right? A spring, cuando sacas todo, a ver lo que tenemos aquí, porque ya no es invierno, right? And you know what? We say this a lot of times as well when we talk about in our lives. I think I need to do a little spring cleaning. O sea, ordenar, quitar lo viejo. So again, spring is a beautiful time. And what is the first day of spring? I can teach you a funny expression too. Spring has sprung. Eso es. Spring. First day. Let me read. First day of spring is March 20th, Saturday, June. Okay, so March 20th. So guys, we're already in spring. Spring is, I'm all off on the, well, it's weird. We have two, as you know, we have two seasons in Madrid, cold or hot. So spring has sprung. And the word sprung comes from the word spring, if believe it or not. So spring is boing, 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 muelle. But also spring is salir, aparecer. Okay, so spring, sprang, sprung. Es igual que cantar. Se conjuga igual. Sing, sang, sung. Spring has sprung, ha brotado, ha aparecido. All right, spring has sprung. Have you heard that one before? It's a little play on words. It's as old as the hills. Más viejo que Matusalem. We say tan viejo como las colinas. O sea, algo que está ahí desde el principio de los tiempos. It's as old as the hills. So wishing you guys an awesome spring. All right, let's see. Open Waters checking in. What's up, Open Waters? And Open Waters says, morning, friends. Morning. Great to have you on board with us. We've got Anix in the house. Anix says, good morning. Extending that good. She says, let's get down to business. Vamos al lío. Born to Iron Man says, hello, guys. Hello, Born to Iron Man. I know you are chomping at the bit. Esto es que no puedes más, que estás que te sales. You're chomping at the bit to get to today's spelling bee. We'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. Era para enseñarte la expresión chomping at the bit. Aquí está. A ver, chomp. Ahora, yo sé que hay gente que dice champing. ¿Ves? Champing at the bit, but in the United States we say chomp, como chomp, chomp, chomp. And well, literally it's a horse, right? Un caballo. A horse chomps at the bit. No, not a cow, a horse. Oh, geez. Morder el freno, tascar el freno. Okay. Pero cuando lo empleamos a una persona, because we don't wear a freno around our mouth, I hope not, it means you are impatient. Estás ansioso. No ves la hora. Te comes las uñas por hacerlo. So, otra vez, muchos británicos dicen champing, C-H-A-M-P, pero americanos decimos chomping. Está escrito de las dos formas aquí in word reference. So, Born to Iron Man, am I right? Are you chomping at the bit to get into today's spelling bee? I believe you are. He also says carte blanche, carta blanca. You know what? I had a feeling it was that, but I didn't want to put my foot in my mouth. Thank you, Born to Iron Man. Open Waters participating in today's pop quiz. Let's see what he has to say. He says, I joined the law firm 2.5 years ago. Is that correct? Absolutely. Now, the reason I wanted to look at this ingresar en is because in Spanish, you say, I've heard a lot of students say, I joined to the army, right? Pero si te acuerdas, no sé si te acuerdas, porque es más parte de nuestra cultura popular, join the army, not join to. Yeah, I'm join the club. De hecho, lo decimos como, oh man, I hate waking up early. Join the club. Right? Es frase hecha como, pues, no, ya somos dos. No, that would be another way maybe of saying that. So write this down. It's a good way. When we look at a common mistake, and I know why, ingresar en. So you're like, pues me falta algo ahí, pero en inglés is to join whatever. Okay, sin ese to. So a great idea is to write join to in your notebook and cross out to. Así no solo te acuerdas, porque si no estás acordando, bueno, sé que join no usa to, but if you can visualize it without the to, like in your head it says, wrong, cross it out in red, then the chances of you remembering it will increase tenfold, por 10, because you've already said, it's like depends of. Escribe depend. Quiero que lo hagas con todos los errores. People is, tacha el is, y luego ponlo bien debajo, pero ponlo muy grande mal. Y táchalo muy grande. So this way, you're reminded of that mistake constantly. So great job, Open Waters. You didn't make that mistake. I joined the law firm. Y fijaos, no es firm, aunque parece firma, right? Y es firma sin la A. La I es una E. Firm. Say it with me. I don't mean to be firm. También es firme. I don't mean to be firm, but the word is not pronounced firm, sino firm. I joined the law firm 2.5, y la L completamente muda. I joined the law firm 2.5 years ago. Excellent job, Open Waters. Let's see the second one. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. After all, don't put your blame on me. He says, don't put the blame on me. It wasn't my fault. I ask your opinion. I ask your advice. Don't put the blame on me. Now, that's correct, Open Waters, but you want to simplify? You know me, I love to simplify wherever possible. Don't blame me. Yeah, you can, o sea, blame es verbo también, right? So you can say, don't put the blame on me, usarlo como sustantivo. You can say directamente, don't blame me, right? It wasn't my fault, right? Whose fault was it? Eso es ya rematar. ¿Quién tuvo la culpa? Whose fault is it? ¿Quién tiene la culpa? Okay, great job. Excellent. And the third one, let's go 3 for 3. You have to pay, a green fee. A fee es una tasa. You have to pay a green fee to play golf. It's, te falta el T apóstrofe ese. It's par for the course. Great job. Solo corregimos it's, ¿no? Es lo que tiene. Okay. A fee. A fee is una comisión, un honorario. It's a difficult word to say. Fee. It wasn't the word I was looking for, because we wouldn't say how much is the fee, but it's similar. Okay. Fee is like a charge for something. So it's similar in que es un cobro, pero esto es como el pasaje de algo. But hey, great. I'll take it. You have to pay a green fee, una tasa, una comisión, right? Un honorario, que es las 3 palabras, to play golf. It's par for the course. Y buena esa expresión. Totally native. It's par for the course. It comes with the territory is another way to say that as well. All right, let's see. We've got Marisol bringing a little bit of magic. Marisol, she says, hi, everyone. Today is a bank holiday in Catalonia. Therefore, I'm off from work and I'm able to listen to, acuérdate, ese to no se puede escapar de ese listen, and I'm able to listen to the Show with No Name program live. Marisol, that is music to my ears. It's a pleasure to have you. And I'll tell you what, Marisol, since you participate in the question of the week, often, con bastante frecuencia. When I read your comment, I hear your voice. And that happens with all of you. All of you who participate, all of a sudden, you're not just Marisol in black and white. I know your personality. I know the way you sound in English. So in my head, I'm reading it like you. That's a beautiful thing, guys. That's another thing of the question of the week. I feel like I know you better. And it's true. You are, talking about things that are important to you, your favorite things. So we are getting to know you, not just as an English speaker, but as a person. So Marisol, that's lovely. And I can hear your lovely voice saying those words. And she says, so I'm jolly. Toma. It's another way of saying very happy. I'm jolly. De hecho, una forma de llamar a Santa Claus is jolly old Saint Nick. Saint Nick is Santa Claus, not Satan. Satanás, no. And jolly old Saint Nick, feliz. So I'm jolly to be with all of you. Let's rock. Marisol, it's wonderful to have you with us as always. Well, not as always, not live, but it's wonderful to have you learning and laughing with us. Chris Valrol, our movie queen. She also sent us this week's question of the week. And she says, morning show with no namers, long time no see. Cuánto tiempo? Long time no see. I miss you. We missed you too, Chris. She said, I hope you had a great Easter week. Oh, well, mine was great because we didn't really, the furthest we went from our house is Parque Warner. Oh, and I went with Andrea Vaughan, by the way, and her kids. It's great. You guys have to see one day. You have to see Andrea Vaughan's kids and my daughter speak in English together. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just seeing how comfortable they are with the English language. All three of them. Lara, my daughter's a little bit younger, but they get along like a house on fire. Se llevan genial. And we go to the theme parks with them a lot. So we were over there with Andy, as I call her. I know it's Andrea Vaughan, but also Andy to her friends. So we're all big kids, folks. We're all big kids over here. So we missed you, Chris. And she says, I can't participate today. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. Don't worry at all, Chris. You're always here with us in spirit. She says, have a great show and day. Likewise. Apúntate esa si no la tienes a memoria. Likewise. Lo mismo te digo. Likewise. Una palabra. Likewise. Let's see. Born to Iron Man participating in our pop quiz. And he says, I joined. Qué bien. Otro que no me ha puesto el to. Solo por eso sé que sois cracks. Por eso quería esta muy específica, ¿no? Y también lo de an hour and a half, a year and a half, pero 2.5 years. O sea, también hice eso aposta, lo de los años y medio. So, apunta, write this down, okay? I worked there for a year and a half. I worked there for 2.5 years. ¿Ves que cambia? O sea, todos los demás son, el único que es diferente es el uno. A year and a half. Pero ya, si no, ya ponemos el years al final, okay? Jot it down. It's a minor difference, but the good thing, none of you have made that mistake. So, and just make sure you're not saying half. Half, no, half. I joined not first. I got to learn how to say it. I joined the law firm 2.5 years ago. Wonderful job, Born to Iron Man. He says, don't blame me. It wasn't my fault. Great. And he uses fee as well. What is the fee, el coste, que también nos vale, for that administrative procedure? I'll give it to you because, sí, en algunos es parecido. Okay? Pues tarifa, precio. I'm looking for another word, even though this is a great word that you've given us. All right, let's see. Open Water says, I lost my internet connection. Could you repeat the question of the week? And Marisol says, it's 3 movies that left you smiling, or your top 3 feel-good movies. Que es la forma de resumirlo. What are your top 3 feel-good movies? And keep it at around a minute, folks, just because we thankfully have a lot of participation. Born to Iron Man says, what's your 3 favorite movies? Born to Iron Man, that wasn't the question. I want to make sure you got the question here. Because Scarface is one of my favorite movies, but it's not a feel-good movie. It's about drug dealers and death and people killing each other with chainsaws and cocaine. It's not a feel-good. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you feel like the world is your oyster, como en la escena famosa, the world is mine, he sees. But it's not your 3 favorite movies, just to clear it up, okay? It is your 3 go-to, ahí tienes otro adjetivo, las que no fallan para ti. Siempre te vas a ellos, right? Your top 3 go-to feel-good movies. No puedo hacerlo más nativo, más conciso así que esa frase. Your top 3 go-to feel-good movies. Las 3 que no te fallan nunca si necesitas esa sonrisita, okay? Oh, necesitas sentir, not just make you smile, but it makes you feel good. It makes you feel hopeful. It makes you feel that, things are beautiful. Some movies you walk out and you're like, oh man, the world is a crazy place. Remember, they are movies, but a lot of these ideas come from real life, as we know. All right, Open Waters has got something to say. Also, Marisol has got something to say about today's Say What soundbite. Wow, so much participation. It's great to have so many students with us, learning, laughing, playing, and rising to the challenge. The challenge is, I should say, dando la talla, to rise to the challenge, right? Llega el reto y tú te levantas. We looked at that expression before the break, not before the commercial break, before the Easter break. When the going gets tough. Y esto, vamos, aplicable a vosotros. Cuando las cosas se ponen chungas, difíciles. When the going gets tough. Finish it for me. The tough get going. Se ponen en marcha. And also to get going is irnos. So we're going to get going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the second half of today's show. So stick around. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of today's show. Thank you so much to all of you who tune into the show with no name daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. It's amazing. Thank you. It's so great, to receive. I get messages, and people guys, I even get recognized in public places. Which is weird because I do radio. Okay, yeah, I stream it live. And I have done a lot of TV. He hecho muchas cosas en la tele. But lately, I just stick to radio and podcasts. As many of you know, I'm not a big fan of the TV world. I think TV is kind of dead. Yeah, I know I'll make a lot of enemies with that. And I have a lot of friends who work in TV. But TV, like the traditional TV, is... It used to be, once I work on TV, I made it. But now it's like, yeah, I guess. If you want to do Gran Hermano or something, I don't know. It was an industry that fascinated me, and it doesn't anymore. Now, movie making, even though I don't like the movies that are coming out too much in general, I think I speak on behalf of many moviegoers. A lot of times you're like, was that worth $50? $50. Well, yeah, the movie ticket's 10 and change, 11 euros per person. So that's 33 euros. And there aren't 4 of us. There are 3 of us in my family. Oh, but you think you're going to go in and not get any popcorn or snacks? There you go. That's how you get up to 50. And never mind going out after for dinner. That'll make it €100 day. And you were like, was that worth it for €100? I mean, I could go to London for the weekend instead of the movies for 2 hours to see a movie I kind of want to see, but not really because there's nothing better. Does that happen to you guys a lot? Well, if you're a movie buff like Chris Van Rol, like myself, it's no secret. Hollywood has kind of, at least it seems like, run out of ideas. Se han quedado sin ideas. Everything's a remake of a remake. I hate to be that guy who's saying movies were better back then. Music was better back then. Yesteryear, como dijimos, antaño. But I'll tell you what, prove me wrong. Demuestra que no tenga la razón. All right, amigos, we've got so much to do in the second half of today's show, so let's kick off with our homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. Show with no name.
All right, amigos, it's homophones here on the show with no name. All right, the first word is bañar algo con sus jugos. Ahí lo tienes. Bañar con grasa. Okay. Have you ever made a turkey? Okay. Well, when you make a turkey, or a bird, or any kind of thing that needs to be bañado en sus jugos, you've got this little thing. It looks like it's got like a thing you press, and it sucks up, right? It sucks up the juice, and then when you squeeze it, it spits it back out. A ver cómo lo llaman a la cosa. Jeringa de cocina. Okay. Pera, inyector. All right. Well, this is the verb. Ok, so si la cosa en inglés se llama así, pues quitamos la R. El inglés es muy fácil en ese caso. ¿Qué hace? Esto, pues ponle R y ya es la cosa, right? So this is to moisten. We looked at that word before our break as well. To moisten, humedecer. You moisten, you keep the bird or whatever meat it is you're making, or vegetables too, from drying out. So it's just taking that juice, taking that grease, and redistributing it, putting it back on top of whatever you're cooking. All right? So that is number 1, the first word I'm going to give you. The second word is basado en. Okay? Basarse en. Estar ambientado. Okay? Pero sin la preposición. Okay? So, también es estar radicado o ubicado en tal sitio. Okay? So, ubicado, also ambientado, algo está basado. We just said most movies, de hecho lo usé antes, están basadas en hechos reales o cosas que han pasado. So, it would be that word over there. Basado en, fundamentado en. It's a really good word to know if you're not familiar with it. All right. So your first word is to get the juice and spray it all over something that you're cooking. The second one is As I said, many meanings, basado, ubicado. We'll take a look at them when we reveal it. All right, those are your homophones. We'll see if you're familiar with both of those words and if you know if they sound exactly the same or not. Also, let me give you today's Say What soundbite. Here it is for the third time. Good luck, amigos.
No problemo. What are you kidding me? You're a good-looking guy. You're smart. You're charming. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. Hey, you do whatever it takes to win her heart.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to groupovaughan.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. Hey, did you hear an echo? All right, that's right, folks. Vaughan Town, Weekend Town. We've got everything. We've got courses you can do from the comfort of your own home if you're interested in it. We've got AI for your smartphone. So whatever you're looking for, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, let us know. We've got people working around the clock producing new materials, new initiatives. As I said, I can't keep up. So many exciting new things happening here at Vaughan. All right, let's see what we've got here in our virtual classroom. We've got a lot of people participating. Here's our Say What soundbite observations. Open Water says, I heard a stand-up comedian, en vez de right, porque no es stand, right? So I heard a stand-up comedian talking about strategies to win the heart of women. Yeah. He sounds like a stand-up comedian. Did anybody recognize where this person is from? That's a big question today. See if you recognize this person's accent as well. So yeah, you got the gist of it, Open Waters. Let's see. Marisol says, it seems a man who is trying to hit on a girl. To hit on a girl, great one. No es pegarle. No. To hit on is to try and ligársela, tirarse los tejos. You know, to say, hey, baby, he's hitting on her. So it seems a man who is trying to hit on a girl, and he makes an effort to look good. And he's also asking for help to another man who says he has potential. Well, I think that's pretty much, yeah. Great job. Wow. Did anybody catch that accent? Does anybody know where the person is from? All right. Well, we've also got to take a look at our homophones over here. The first person to participate is Born to Iron Man, and both words are correct, sir. And he says they sound alike. Okay, interesting. All right, well, let's look at both words, and we'll say both words. The first word is B-A-S-T-E. En español, si lo pronuncias a la española, es baste. In English, it's baste. That's right. You baste a turkey, right? You baste whatever you're cooking, a roast beef. I mean, it's a way to make sure it doesn't dry out, que no se reseca. So what do you use? A baster, right? You can use a baster, which when you squeeze it, as I said, it sucks up the juice. Well, when you squeeze it and let go, and then when you squeeze it again, it shoots the juice out, right? So that is to baste. Cocer algo en sus jugos. Let's take a look at the examples. When roasting a turkey, you should baste it every half hour, cada media hora. Okay? While the chicken was basting, I chopped the carrots and parsnips. What are parsnips? No sé cómo se dice en español. Parsnip. Nabo. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Now I was like, it says here chiribía, pastinaca, nabo. Oh, I didn't know that one. I heard nabo before, but not in that context. All right, I'll stop. I know, not very funny. All right. Hey, I play with words in Spanish too, and so does my daughter. My daughter's nonstop. All right, so the first word is baste. Did you baste the turkey like I told you? Okay, well, I did it based on the recipe I read. Okay, I based it on the recipe that said to baste it. Okay, baste. They sound exactly the same. So baste doesn't have many other meanings, right? Baste, to baste it, to put it in its own juices. The baster is the thing that you use. Muy fácil, añadimos una R. But also, we've got based. I know you've seen that. Basado en hechos reales. How would you say that? Based on, y fijaos, acaba con sonido T que se une con la on. This is based on a true story. Based on. So based es una T, ¿no? Como based. Ahí lo tienes. Now, when do we use in and when do we use on? Well, this is really simple. In, when you're talking about a place. Como he lives in Madrid. Well, he's based in Madrid. Está radicado. Nunca lo es su base de trabajo. Piénsalo. Right? His home base. He's based in Madrid, right? The movie is based in or takes place in Thailand, for example, in Bangkok, right? So again, in with a place. When it's founded on something or inspired by something, then it's based on, right? This is based on a true story. So yes, they are homophones. Wonderful job. Also, I wanted to take a look at that mystery word that nobody got. Well, a lot of you said the word fee para tarifa, que también es correcto. And careful with tarifa. In English, what is a tariff? Arancel, very popular word at the moment. Aranceles, tariffs. Bueno, es como una tarifa que hay que pagar, right? If you think about it, it's the same thing, but I think the correct translation would be aranceles, tariffs. But una tarifa, por ejemplo, hemos dicho en más específico en viajes, subway, taxi, bus, right? De hecho, hasta en aviones se usa. They say, how much was the airfare? How much was your taxi fare? Okay. The taxi fare to the fair was quite cheap. Acuérdate, el segundo feria es un homófono, pero es F-A-I-R. O sea, tarifa, precio, pasaje, billete, F-A-R-E, feria, F-A-I-R. They are homophones. So today you got two homophones for the price of one. All right, though, it's time to move on to today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right. It's our spelling bee here on the show with no name, and we are having fun. We are playing, and today we are going to travel to a distant land, a land that maybe some of you have been to before. And if you have been to this magical place, well, tell us about your experience. Obviously, you've got to tell us in English. All right. So, as always in our spelling bee, the first round is not for the faint of heart. No es apto para cardíacos. It is not for the faint of heart because I am going to fly at 747 speed de un jumbo jet. No jumbo, we say jumbo jet, ja. Right? We're going to fly through round one. So let's capitalize the first letter of every word, and we'll see how you guys fare. F-A-R-E, right? Como salís, como te va, right? Really good. We're playing with that word fair today quite a bit, and that was not planned, to be fair. Because fair, también F-A-I-R es justo. It's not fair. You took him to the fair, even though the taxi fare, los primeros dos F-A-I-R, el tercero F-A-R-E. So, am I mixing you up even more now? That's not what I meant to do. Oh, yes, I did, especially in round one of our spelling bee. So good luck. It's not going to be easy. We'll see if somebody can get it on the first go. Let's capitalize the first letter of each word. The first one is Rattanakosin. The second one is Bangkok, comma, space Thailand. The third one is Buddha, space Yodfa, space Chulaloke. The fourth one is Chao, space Praya, space River. The fifth one is Krung, space Tep. And the sixth one is 9,034,000.
¿Qué tal vas de ánimo? ¿Necesitas un empujón? ¿Un poco de aliento? No sweat, no te preocupes. Pásate por vaughantienda.com y hazte con nuestro nuevo material multimedia. 365 días de wellness e inglés. Y viene de la mano de tu propio personal trainer profesional, David Gómez Agudo, conocido por sus miles de seguidores en las redes como Fitbull Coach. Trabajarás fitness, mindset, nutrición y por supuesto el inglés. Y viene con más de 250 vídeos para que entrenes junto con tu coach. Es un win-win. Haz que este año sea tu año, con 365 días de wellness e inglés.
That's right, folks. Just one of the many amazing materials you can pick up at the Von Tienda. Oh, and before I forget, remember we were looking at based? Pues otra vez, el based on, el based in, B-A-S-E-D, in modern slang. Esto no existía cuando yo era un chaval. By the way, I'm 47 right now. But I listen, guys, I'm out there, my ears, my eyes. I still consume everything in English, okay? Because that's what I do, okay? And if somebody says to you based, that means they agree with you, okay? So, man, that's based. It's a word you use when basically you're saying, look, based. Urban Dictionary. Let's just read it. Oh, this is a really long explanation for a simple word. A word used when you agree with something or when you want to recognize someone for being themselves. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, tú, muy bien, tú no te cambias, tú seas como eres. O sea, you're based, we say. Based, man. Okay? And it's become quite common. I've heard this a lot. Based. It's I agree with you. You keep doing that. You be you, as we say as well. So Urban Dictionary, if you haven't taken a look at Urban Dictionary, it's pretty awesome, to be honest. Some of it is pretty let's say it's not used very often, but the word based, you don't know how many times I see it in that context and hear it in that context in the world of internet and podcasting. So based, just another way of saying it. And I think with that, I've covered all my bases. Oh, no, I didn't. Lo tengo todo cubierto. Lo he mirado todo. I've covered all my bases. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man is taking a stab at our spelling bee. Let's see, sir. The first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one is also correct. The fourth one's perfect. The fifth one is also perfect. And ladies and gentlemen, out of this world. Extraordinario. Wow. Y además, guys, you want something to top it all off, no? Y encima, to top it all off, these are not English or Spanish words. These are Thai words, Thailandés. Hey, I gave you a little clue before. I said Bangkok. I said Thailand. And, well, why did I choose these? Well, because today in 1782, 1782, the city of Ratanakosin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's our first word, known internationally as Bangkok, is founded on the eastern bank of the Chao Phraya River, which is number 4, by King Buddha Yodfa Chulaoke. I don't know if I'm saying that right again, and that is number 3. So I've just given you some clues. I've helped you out with what the words are. They're all words related to the city of Bangkok in Thailand, a city I've been to. That city will always be special to me and my wife because that's where we found out we were expecting. Que esperábamos una niña. Well, we didn't know it was a girl yet. Although there was this woman in Phuket, and she looked at my wife, who did not look pregnant, and she said, "Oh, you have a child. You're expecting." And my wife said, "Wait a second." I mean, literally, my daughter was the size of a chickpea, un garbanzo. So there was no way. And this woman, this Asian woman, Mystic, she was the woman also who rented us the Airbnb. And the moment my wife and I got out of the van, la furgoneta, with our suitcases, she said, "Oh, baby's coming, huh?" And my wife literally, and my jaw dropped to the ground. But it doesn't end there. You know what happened after that? She said, "And it's going to be a girl. I feel feminine presence." Guys, I right now, my hair is standing on end. Tengo los pelos de punta. And we found out like a day before, this woman, I don't know. And she, you know what she said? She goes, "Please let me know once, if it is indeed a girl." And the moment we found out it was a girl, we're like, Cho, listen, it's a girl. You were right. Okay, I know it's 50-50, that part. But there was no way you could have looked at my wife and known she was pregnant, physically speaking. So, and the rest is history. I've got a lovely little daughter, and she speaks English so well. Yeah, she is. She loves English. Well, I guess she sees that's what daddy does. And now she's been doing a section with me, a weekly section, learning English. I played episode 1 here for you guys. I'll play episode 2 for you in an upcoming show. All right, we're heading to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with much more. So stick around. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 4 of today's super exciting show with no name. Today we're going to lovely Bangkok, Thailand. Yes. We are going to Bangkok in today's spelling bee. Plus we've got today's double trouble. We've also, oh wait, did I say double? Triple trouble. That's right, triple trouble. We've got Name That Movie, Name That Lyric, famous birthdays. Folks, we've got a lot of stuff to cover in the fourth and final part of today's show. It's an honor and a pleasure to teach you English every day here on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget to stay tuned to keep learning English with my friend Jimena Holiday and her program Test Your English. It's right after this show. Plus, you can get it wherever you get your podcasts. You've got Drive Time with Kyle Miller. You've got the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. No Excuses with Fitz. Frankly Speaking with Chris Frank. And so many other amazing programs to not only teach you English, but to get you stoked, to get you pumped, to get you psyched, mentalizado, so that every day you'll be thirsty for more. All right, are you ready for a little challenge here? All right, let's kick off with today's double trouble. Oh, excuse me, triple trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, today's triple trouble. Good luck. You've got to use the same word 3 times in our triple trouble. All right. Le dijo a su padre que se pasara, ¿no? Que se pasara por casa y le disparó. Yeah, ahí está. Okay. So, le dijo a su padre que se pasara por casa y vamos a poner y decidió dispararle, porque así los 3 formas son iguales. Entonces, para que sea infinitivo el último, en vez de le disparó, we can say decidió dispararle. Y así los 3 son la misma palabra, para facilitarlo, ¿ok? So, vamos a cambiarlo. Le dijo a su padre, él, ¿ok? Le dijo a su padre que se pasarse por ahí, y decidió dispararle. Sounds like the tragic story of Marvin Gaye. You know, he was shot. Oh, bueno, la palabra no es shot. He was shot by his father. Well, I got to be careful. I've got a big mouth, and sometimes I give away the answer ahead of time. So there it is. Le dijo a su padre que se pasara por casa, por donde estaba, y decidió dispararle. That is your triple trouble. Good luck, my amigos. Also, let me give you the Say What soundbite for the 4th time.
No problemo. What are you kidding me? You're a good-looking guy. You're smart. You're charming. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. Hey, you do whatever it takes to win her heart.
¿Qué tiene que ver la Universidad de Oxford con Vaughan? Pues muchísimo. Es una alegría anunciar que Vaughan ha sido certificado como centro examinador de Oxford Test of English. A partir del próximo mes de marzo 2023, podrás hacer los exámenes de Oxford Test of English en los centros de Vaughan. Si quieres más información sobre esta iniciativa de Vaughan y Oxford, puedes ver más en nuestra página web, grupovaughan.com. O bien síguenos en redes sociales para más información. Oxford Test of English con Vaughan.
That's right. It is brilliant. It is the Oxford Test of English, and you can get it at any of our Vaughan centers. All right. We've got our triple trouble out there. Hopefully somebody will get it. I've got to give you the spelling bee, round 2 of today's spelling bee. As I said, Born to Iron Man got it on the first go. Let's see who can get it on round 2. I'm going to slow down quite a bit, so hopefully you guys will be able to figure it out. Okay. Rattanakosin. Okay, we said that was the original name of the city of Bangkok. Number 2. The name now, BANGKOK, comma, space, THAILAND. The third one, BUDDHA, space, YODFA, space, CHULA, LOKE. That was the name of the king at the time. The fourth one is the name of the river, CHAO, space, PHRAYA, space, RIVER. The fifth one is what the Thai people call this city, KRUNG, space, THEP. And the sixth one is the population, 9,034,000. Fijaos, no es millions ni thousands. Okay? Millions y thousands, no, sino 9,034,000. All right, we'll see if anybody can get them on the second go. I think that was fair enough. But as I said, the first one is the original name of the city. The second one is the city's name now. The third one is the king who declared it and founded it along the eastern bank of the river, which is number 4. The number 5 spot is what they call the city. And again, the sixth one is the population. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man taking a stab at today's triple trouble. Let's see how he does. He says, he said to his pop to pop in, and he decided to pop at him. Te voy a hacer un pequeño ajuste. Quita el at y lo tenemos. So he said to his pop, or he told his pop, right? He told his pop, or pops. Otra forma de decir padre es, hey, pop. Hey, pops. Se puede decir con ese o sin ese. So he said to his pops to pop in or pop by, right? Los dos te valen. Pop in or pop by. And he decided to pop him. Think about it, the sound it makes. So the only thing, I love it, Born to Iron Man, great job. But now you know, de usarlo, que el at no sobra ahí. What happened? Oh, in the movie Scarface, they popped him. They popped. Think about, right, the sound that it made. So he said to his pop, or más fácil, he told his pop to pop by or to pop in. And he decided to pop him. Okay? Y acuérdate, pop como padre puede ser pop or pops. Okay? Y como decimos papa, may he rest in peace. Papa is the Pope. So a little bit different. All right, well, my amigos, that's our spelling bee done and dusted. That's our triple trouble too. Great job, Born to Iron Man. But folks, we've got to move on. So much to do. We're going to the movies. Name
that movie.
Yeah, that's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie here on the show with no name. Let's see what we've got for today's Name That Movie. I'll give you a little synopsis, and then we'll see if you can figure out what movie it is. But the most important thing here is we're going to learn lots of English from the synopsis, from the scene, from some of the behind-the-scenes information as well. So this is tailor-made for movie buffs. Hecho a medida para los amantes de película, me being the first one. All right, here we go. With the help of a magic ticket, a young movie fan is transported into the fictional world of his favorite action movie character. Okay? So, with the help of a magic ticket, it's not a golden ticket, it's not Willy Wonka. Okay? So, with the help of a magic ticket, a young movie fan is transported into the fictional world of his favorite action movie character. Okay? Open Water says, bad day to talk about the Pope. Did you know he passed away this morning? Yeah, that's why I said God rest his soul. Yeah, I did know that. That's exactly why I brought it up. So it's a perfect day to talk about the Pope, right? And they'll replace him as they always do. The thing is, man, he was just so young. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Hey, I feel bad for the guy. I know he's been sick for a while, but as much as I love spirituality, I don't like organized religion. Yeah. I tried. I believe me. I tried, but hey, now he's not suffering anymore. I pray for his family now. You know, the people who loved him, his loved ones. But like when anybody who's old dies, you're like, well, maybe a little bit before his time, maybe, but at least this person lived a full life, right? How old was this guy? Let's take a look. What's his name? John Paul Pope? No, it's not John Paul. Federico Francisco. That's it. Francisco. Pope Francisco. Age. 80. Yeah, he was no spring chicken. O sea, no era un pipiolo. 88 years old. All right, let's see. Open Waters is taking a stab at today's Say What soundbite. And Open Waters, you're just missing just one little word there, but great effort. And Born to Iron Man, you got today's Name That Movie. It's Last Action Hero. I'll never forget when this movie came out. Just the name was cool. 1993 it came out. And this is a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, he was the man of the hour at that time. He had just done the Terminator and Terminator 2 movies, Kindergarten Cop as well. So yes, it's Last Action Hero. Let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen. The character Benedict says, "Gentlemen, since you are about to die anyway, como vais a morir de todos modos, I may as well tell you the entire plot." El complot. Pues no pierdo nada. I may as well, okay, tell you the entire plot. Todo, no pierdo nada. Ya a estas alturas, the entire plot could be the tramo de una película, pero aquí es el complot, right? The plan, the evil plan. And he says, think of villains, Jack. Piensa en los villanos, Jack. You want Dracula? And then he does it with the accent. And he goes, hang on. Espera un segundito. It's a great one if you didn't know it. Hang on. Okay? I know you know hang up, colgar el teléfono. This is hang on. Espera un momentito. And then he takes out the ticket. Saca el billete este. And Benedict says, I'll fetch him. Okay, my daughter knows this word because she plays fetch with the cat. She throws a little stick and the cat goes and, well, he doesn't always bring it back. He doesn't always fetch it. So the fetch is este juego de ir a por. Te tiro esto y me lo traes. I'll fetch him. Iré a por él y le traigo. I'll fetch him. Dracula? Huh? I can get King Kong. Si quieres, te puedo conseguir a King Kong. We'll have a nightmare with Freddy Krueger. ¿Por qué no tenemos una pesadilla con Freddy Krueger? Or have a surprise party for Adolf Hitler. ¿Y por qué no tenemos una fiesta sorpresa para Hitler? Ya que estamos, ¿no? Entrando en los territorio de los malos. Hannibal Lecter can do the catering. Hannibal Lecter is, if you remember from Silence of the Lambs, Silencio de los Corderos, the cannibal. Maybe he can do the catering. Él puede hacer el catering. Just remember, we don't say catering, we say catering. And then we'll have a christening for Rosemary's baby. A christening is un bautismo, a baptism or a christening for Rosemary's baby, la semilla del diablo. It's bringing up all the bad guys from history, fictional and non-fictional. All I have to do is snap my fingers. We've looked at this one. Snap. All I have to do is snap my fingers and they'll be here. Y estarán aquí. They're lining up to get here. Están haciendo cola para llegar aquí. They are lining up to get here. And do you know why, Jack? ¿Sabes por qué, Jack? Should I tell you why? Because here, in this world, the bad guys can win. Sí que pueden ganar los malos. All right, that's today's Name That Movie Last Action Hero. Now it's time for your joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch! Ouch! You get it? Ouch! He walked into the bar. You're joking.
That's right, folks. Well, today I'm going to give you some punny proverbs since we were looking at Thailand and that Eastern kind of mystic thing that they've got. Well, I figured we could take a look at some proverbs. I don't know if Confucius said these, but let's take a look at them. The early bird gets the worm. ¿Sabéis esta, no? El que madruga, Dios le ayuda. The early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. The early bird gets the worm. El que madruga, Dios le ayuda. But the second mouse gets the cheese. No, because of a mouse trap. Una ratonera, I think you say. So this el segundo. Okay. So everybody wants to be an early bird, but nobody wants to be the first mouse. All right, here is another proverb. A watched pot never boils, but an ignored one boils over. You get it? So we have an expression que porque miras las cosas no van a ir más rápido, es mejor distraerte, ¿no? So we say a watched pot never boils, nunca hierve. Right? It never boils. But an ignored one boils over, because si no le haces caso, that is actually a good proverb. You got to watch the pot, but not, be on top of it. You got to keep an eye on it, but not stand there staring at it. But an ignored one boils over. And to boil over, it's kind of the way it sounds, no? If it boils over, it goes out of the pot, right? And also, we use it as calentarse, hervir, como hablando de un argumento or something, okay? Everybody's temper started to boil over. Derramarse, calentarse, hervir, okay? So, you get it? Well, the good thing is you're learning idiomatic expressions in English, but then we're putting our own twist on them. Okay, the last one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, unless it's a really good basket. Well, then it's not going to break, right? All right. These are just some punny proverbs. But folks, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We've got some birthdays to celebrate. All right, give it up for Marisol. Marisol, you did a great job. I think you got it perfect. Today's Say What soundbite. Whoa, excellent, excellent job. All right, let's take a look at today's famous birthdays. The first person was born today in 1947. His name, James Newell Osterberg. What? Well, that's not his stage name. Unless you're a big fan, you won't know his real name. But you know his stage name. In fact, his last name in his stage name was the word we looked at in today's Triple Trouble. He told his pops to pop by, and he decided to pop him. He's also got a lust for life. He's got a lust for life. And he's a real wild one. He's a wild, wild one. He's a wild one. He's a wild one. And, well, this guy, if you don't know who he is, he's definitely one of the biggest voices in music. They call him the godfather of punk. Number 2, this actor, Mexican-American actor, was in many, many movies. In fact, he received his Oscar for the movie Lust for Life, not this song, which is from a different movie, Trainspotting. He was also in Guns of Navarone, Zorba the Greek. He was in A Streetcar Named Desire, and that was on Broadway. Seven Servants, Lawrence of Arabia, and The Last Action Hero. Oh, interesting. We looked at that one. And last but not least, this actor was born in 1951. He wasn't in too many movies. He had a little period where he was in movies, but really, he became famous for a TV show called Who's the Boss? Now, I think in Spanish is ¿Quién manda quién? Who's the Boss? And he played a guy who was a nanny who was staying with this family, and he brought his daughter, and I used to love this show. In fact, I had a huge crush on Alyssa Milano, who played his daughter in this show. Well, we were the same, I think we are the same age now. So yes, this is your famous birthday trivia. Let's see. Number 1 is Iggy Pop. That's right, Iggy Pop. Now we looked at some other meanings of the word pop. Number 2, Anthony Quinn, actor Anthony Quinn. And last but not least, Tony Danza. Tony Danza, and that's going to bring us to our Say What soundbite. This is Tony Danza in Who's the Boss? And he's giving Jonathan, Angela's son, some advice about girls as an older guy. And he's saying, no problemo. It's another way of trying to be funny. He goes, what, are you kidding me? ¿Qué estás de broma? You're a good-looking guy. Eres guapo. You're smart. Listo. You're charming. Eres encantador. And you're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. An awful lot is muchísimo. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. Awful también es terrible, pero en este caso no. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. And he goes, hey, do whatever it takes. Haz lo que tengas que hacer to win her heart. Otra forma de decirlo es to win her over. Es un buen phrasal verb. Here he is, birthday boy, Tony Danza.
No problemo. What, are you kidding me? You're a good-looking guy. You're smart. You're charming. You're wearing an awful lot of my cologne. Hey, you do whatever it takes to win her heart.
Guys, that applause is for you. Wonderful job to all of you. Thank you so much for participating, for listening, for learning, and for laughing with me every day here on the show. I missed you guys. It's great to be back. We'll be here tomorrow with another show full of different pop culture references, different historical things, different jokes, and all that jazz. And we're going to end today with a song that I think is a feel-good song. Hablando de las películas, a feel-good song, and it's called Real Wild Child. Well, I'm a real wild child. I'm a wild one. This is birthday boy Iggy Pop and Wild Child. You can Google the lyrics, look up Iggy Pop, Real Wild Child, or Wild One, and sing it with me as we say goodbye. I'm a real wild one. Wild one. Wild one. Wild one. Sing it. Thank you so much, everybody. An absolute pleasure, as always. Come on. number one.